My day-to-day is about figuring out the right partner ecosystem for the TriumphPay payments network today and tomorrow. TriumphPay started really as a payments platform. We were simply there to make payments on behalf of brokers, pay carriers and factors on behalf of brokers. However, we've really evolved in the past several years, especially the last two, into a payments network. And what does that mean? Well, the payments network seeks to smooth out and eliminate some of the lumpiness that's inherent in AR and AP, specifically in logistics and trucking. If you're a payee submitting an invoice, there's 5 touch points between a payer and a payee that is just using up human capital and time day in, day out. So what we do is essentially, I can take source of truth information from the broker's TMS, know about the load. Once it's approved, all of that information is fed directly back into the factor management system, so they don't need to call to find out when am I going to get paid, is it approved, because they know, they already know. It's all, and what's cool is it's all based within their system of record and where they work, right? So you hear me talking a lot about factors, but the same applies to carriers as well. So if I'm a carrier, I have all those same problems in getting information about the invoice that I submitted to my debtor, whether it's a shipper or a broker. So the idea of the network is that we can feed that same information back into the carrier TMS. So the scale that we've got gives us that ability to see everything in aggregate, which opens the door to all kinds of things. Again, fraud prevention is a big one. The supply chain finance capabilities are also big. So I think that's one of the biggest things. The other fact is the deep integrations that we have with folks that are on Revenova, as well as other systems, is huge. And then lastly, the fact that we're a bank. The fact that we're a publicly traded bank sets us up well and provides bank class fraud prevention measures to support all of our payers and payees on the network. Besides just compressing the timelines of presentment, settlement, and payment of invoices, we're also able to inject, as a bank, supply chain finance tool sets. Things like quick pay, things like extended pay, allowing shippers or brokers to extend their DPO while still making sure that carriers meet their DSO goals. One of the great things about a system of record integration like we have with Revenova and with all of the other parties on the TriumphPay network is because of that direct system of record integration, we're able to see with precision who's who, who's doing what, who's where, and we can see how a carrier is behaving in aggregate across all of our payers. That enables us to do some really cool stuff from a fraud prevention perspective, right? And so I think one of the things that I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about is the fact that TriumphPay and the payments network, along with our integrated partners, really helps to push fraud out of the supply chain logistics area. Our integration with Revenova is about 4 years old now. Revenova, frankly, was an easy button. To put it bluntly, the great thing about Revenova is they're a forward-looking company with a product that's built on a platform made for integrations, tailor-made for integrations. And as important as integrations are to our ability to execute our mission, we wanted to be partnered with folks that have that forward-looking mindset. And so it was kind of a no-brainer. Revenova worked in the same space. Revenova services the customers that we like to work with, truckload brokers, and so it was just a really, really good fit. Because Revenova is built on the Force platform, it's way easier to integrate with. And you guys have a great tech team on your own. What's awesome is your team was actually able to take on a lot of the heavy lifting, integrating to the TriumphPay APIs. So it made for not every TMS is able to do that. There are some great solutions out there, many great solutions, and as a payments network, we're partnered and integrated with many. But Revenova is definitely one of the top 3. As Revenova expands, we want to continue to support them as best we can.